KREM 2 News 10 at 10 begins now with Mark Hanrahan and Jeremy Legoo.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start tonight with some breaking news. A major power outage is impacting most of the Spokane core right now. According to Avista's outage map, there are 9 different outages impacting nearly 10,000 customers combined. Right now, the only reported cause is equipment failure, and the estimated time of restoration around 10:15 or 12:15 rather. This is a developing story. We will continue to bring you updates as we learn more. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this morning's sunshine because we won't see much more of it this week. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, I guess tomorrow is going to be nice, but things are a-changing.
Yeah, tomorrow we don't really get sunshine though, so you're right there. When it comes to our overall weather pattern, what is very likely is that it gets cool just in time for the weekend. We sit at 68 degrees right now, but as this storm sitting off the coast continues to dive to the south, we will wind up seeing some pretty big impacts. It's moving quickly. That tells me that we likely see more rain on Saturday than Sunday. I think at this pace, we wind up clearing out on Sunday. We got to get there though. Let's talk why. Because what winds up happening is southerly flow brings us cloud cover and warm temperatures tomorrow. We'll catch a few breaks in the clouds late in the day, and then we head into the day on Friday, where what starts as a little bit of cascade rain turns into the potential for thunderstorms late in the day in eastern Washington and North Idaho. Look at your temperatures. Near 90 degrees tomorrow under mostly cloudy skies, 80 come Friday. Saturday, it is likely we don't get out of the 60s with a few scattered showers to start the day.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the show. Well, after 18 months of work, the Vandals Healing Garden and Memorial is complete and open to the public. KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy takes us to the dedication on the University of Idaho campus.
This garden and memorial was created by and for Vandals and the entire Moscow community. Wednesday night, they all came together to dedicate and open it.
It's about coming together in moments of grief and reflection, to share the burden of sorrow that we all experience.
While the Vandal Memorial grew out of the tragedy of November 2022, the murders of 4 students, it's now a place to remember any Vandal who has passed, built by Vandal students.
Did so for no pay. They did not earn credit this summer for this project.
The community raised more than $285,000 to see this idea come to life, a process that Drew Giacomazzi, friend and fraternity brother of Ethan Chapin, knew he had to be a part of.
He was just so welcoming and including of everybody that, I mean, there's very few people like him.
Giacomazzi joined the garden planning committee with his friend's inclusive spirit in mind to create a place that's open to all.
The Healing Garden is not an exclusive place. The feedback also didn't want to be exclusive to just the committee. We wanted everybody to have a say and the elements so it can be a community space.
Also involved in that planning, the families of Ethan, Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee.
So, I understand that there's certain flowers out here that have colors that represent the people that this was built for.
Visitors are invited to leave a message for a lost loved one or just sit and reflect. Something Now Idaho grad Giacomazzi says he plans to do as often as he can.
And every single time I'm going to come back to campus, I will definitely walk through.
Shannon Mowdy.
Just kind of remember.
KREM 2 News.
Now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. Cheney students may not be returning to school next week because of a looming teacher strike. The teachers union authorized a strike for the first day of school after failing to come to an agreement with the district. The Cheney Education Association says a salary increase is necessary to attract new teachers and retain existing ones. The school district superintendent said the union asked for a 19.5% increase over a 2-year period. The district countered with an 18% increase over 3 years, saying anything more would mean people could lose their jobs. But the president of the Cheney Education Association says that's not the case.
We have crunched our numbers and we know that our ask is not going to cause anybody to have to lose their job. We are not going to have to cut programs. We are not going to have to cut instruction needs of the students.
The union says to avoid a strike, an agreement must be made by the morning of Monday, August 26th. More layoffs with the city of Spokane as it wrestles with a $50 million budget deficit. According to city officials, 2 spokespeople are being fired. The police department spokesperson and the Neighborhoods, Housing and Human Services and Community and Economic Development spokesperson are the first to have their positions eliminated. The city says decisions are ongoing, and if more layoffs are recommended, city unions will be consulted and any impacted employees will be notified by the end of September. The FDA just made it easier to test for syphilis at home. The agency signed off on a first over-the-counter test as cases are on the rise all across the country, including right here in the inland Northwest. It's important to note that an at-home test is not enough. Folks are encouraged to follow up with their healthcare provider with the results. The test is expected to be available in a few months from now. It'll cost $30. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. Well, next week, counties across Washington will begin recounting ballots by hand in the very tight race for Public Lands Commissioner. Elections officials say this is the first time in 20 years they will have to do a statewide hand recount. Republican Jamie Herrera Butler is advancing to the general election, but it's the second spot in question. Right now, Democrat Dave Upthegrove is beating Republican Sue Keel Peterson by just 51 votes. That's right, 51 out of 1.9 million across the state. A manual recount is required when the difference between the top two candidates is less than 1,000 votes. That recount means all of Spokane County's 144,000 votes need to be recounted by hand. A date for this recount will be decided once the Secretary of State certifies the totals. He has until Friday to do so.